everyone. My name is Joshua Arce, Joshua Reviews, and as you can see, I've had to combine two videos, into one, or like 2, 3, 4 videos into one because of how much news there is, and I am not wanting to record that many videos. So we have a very long one today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so, I have all the photos right here, and they will all be popping up right here. We have a lot to talk about. So, as you all know, the SAG-AFTRA strike is going on, and that is affecting the movie industry significantly at the moment. And we have some delays or just a new change in release dates for some upcoming movies for the year of 2024. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So, okay, so Madam Web is going to be officially coming out on February 14th. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about this movie. But I'm still interested in the idea. We'll just have to wait and see. Deadpool 3 is now, has now been moved to May 3rd. Venom 3 is now, coming out on July 12th. Captain America 4, July 26th. Kraven the Hunter, August 30th. Joker 2, October 4th. Thunderbolts, December 20th. So, those are pretty much all the delays. I saw something earlier that Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 will probably be pushed back to 2028, which is a real bummer. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that. Nothing's confirmed. Next thing I want to talk about here. Oh, oops, didn't want to do that. Is that again right here, that Beyond the Spider-Verse is most indefinitely delayed, alongside Kraven the Hunter and the Ghostbusters sequel, Ghostbusters Afterlife 2, and more. So we're gonna have to wait and see on all these films and see if they'll meet their date. As of right now, it seems like they will not be meeting their date. This strike needs to come to an end fast, with getting everything resolved as well. We can't just let all of these studios win. We need to be, we need to make sure that AI is out of the industry, definitely. We need to make sure that these writers, the ones that make the stories that make our heart beat, the ones that we think about before we go to bed. We need to make sure those people are getting paid really, really well. I saw something the other day that the writer who wrote the only good episode in She-Hulk, which is the Daredevil episode, only made like roughly $400, which is insane. I think. I don't know. I'll have to go back and find that and to just double check. But yeah. And here it comes. And also, I'll be addressing something at the end of my video that has to do with my last video. But here's some big news, man. Yeah, I know. So apparently, the Secret Invasion director thinks that Rhodey has been a Skrull since Captain America: Civil War. Meaning that this man does not know his best friend is dead. This man is not the one who attended the funeral. This man is not the one who said goodbye to Tony. This man is not the one who helped in Infinity War Endgame and basically told Ross to F off. It's crazy. Civil War came out in 2016, and that's how many years ago, and you're just gonna come out and say abruptly, oh yeah, he's been a Skrull for this amount of time. Obviously, the finale backs up this theory, as Rhodey is seen in his hospital gown, the exact same one that he wore in Civil War when he's going in for that MRI to get his legs checked out. And I saw a that was voice crack. I saw a theory, and not exactly a theory, but like a mini plot hole by the Cosmic Wonder. And he was like, you guys remember in Endgame, right? Where, you know, Thanos had attacked the facility, and Rhodey had to eject from his suit. If that was a Skrull, you guys remember how he had to crawl out since his legs weren't, like, you know, they were hurt. If that was a Skrull, why didn't she just use her own legs? Why is she still pretending to be Rhodey in a life or death situation? It makes no sense. So, I mean, it's all a bit crazy. We're just gonna have to see how they handle all of this in Armor Wars, and I hope that they discuss this in Armor Wars. They absolutely have to. We cannot just have this bombshell dropped on us and then be like, oh, Tony's dead? Oh, I've not been myself these past few years? Oh, okay, yeah, let's just go ahead and move on. That's not how I want things to happen. I do not want that to be rushed. Armor Wars is now a movie. They can easily do something with that. And you know, I'm just hoping this gets resolved in Armor Wars. You know, obviously, it's being rumored that RDJ is going to be appearing in Captain America 4 and Armor Wars. That's why they had to convert it into a movie, so that they could put their ideas in there that they weren't really able to do on the TV budget. And, you know, apparently RDJ was seen, I've already made a video on this, go check it out, that RDJ was seen on the set of Captain America 4, just driving around. This is coming from an official security guard on set. So, and if it's true, that man needs to be fired. Because that is a major spoiler. Why are you telling people that? But, yeah. And, so, I'm wanting to address something in my last video. The reason why I said that this was also a DC video was obviously, you know, joke. Sorry, Grandma walked in. You know, obviously Joker 2 was delayed, so that's why, you know, I also put DC in the title. But, someone commented on my last video and was like, if you're gonna be boycotting Aquaman 2 and all this other stuff because Gunn is related to it, you're not a real DC fan, you're just a Snyder fan. And, clearly, first of all, that man did not watch the whole video, because I complimented Gunn as a brilliant filmmaker. I am I'm a DC fan, okay? But, guys, I'm sorry, if something is going to come across to me as skeptical, or just not interesting. I'm going to say I'm not interested in it. Aquaman 2 has been through 3 rounds of reshoots because of the studio and Gunn. James Wan is reportedly considering suing Warner Brothers Discovery. And, you know, everyone, if he is asked to do another round of reshoots, which he absolutely should, this man should not let them get away with them taking away precious time that he may be able to use that time with his family, working on other projects. If he's continued to come back and do reshoot after reshoot after reshoot, I'd honestly consider about suing too, because it's just obnoxious. And whatever his vision for the film is, that should be the one coming out in theaters. But there is a quote out there from him saying that he has no clue which final version will be coming out in theaters. Because of how many times the studio has butchered this film, and how many times he has been asked to come back. Superman Legacy. I'm gonna go see that film. It is way too overcrowded with superhero cameos. Superman and Lois is probably going to be undervalued in their own movie. The Flash. I'm just naming facts here. There is a 4-hour cut of The Flash out there somewhere, Andy Muschietti confirmed. And there is multiple scenes cut in that film, and that is all thanks to James Gunn and David Zaslav, aka Warner Brothers Discovery, and, you know, DC. There were like 3 alternate endings to this movie. Sasha Calle, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, Henry Cavill's Superman were all supposed to appear in the ending of The Flash. Didn't end up happening because Gunn didn't want us to be misled to something that wasn't going to happen. Okay, fine. But all those endings are way better than what we got in theaters. No one asked for Nipples Batman to show up at the end of The Flash. Who the heck? Like, no one. Everyone would have liked to see Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Everyone would have liked to see more of Sasha Calle's Supergirl. Everyone definitely wanted to see more of Henry Cavill's Superman. Everyone was done dirty. You know what? I was gonna make this a separate video, but I don't care. You know, obviously, I've brought Aaron Fisher up probably a dozen times on this channel. And, oh, I also have another thing to show y'all, but I forgot. Now I'm back. And it's also DC related, so we're not gonna be going off topic. And I saw something the other day that it's rumored that Universal is looking to complete Snyder's vision. They're looking to, I'll put the thing right here, if I can find it. They're looking to complete his vision. They're looking to revive the... I hate it. I hate calling it this, because it just should have been the DCEU in general. But the Snyderverse. And if that's the case, a hip hip hooray! Snyder was done dirty, and if he is going to be coming back under another studio to finish his vision, I don't really care. As long as that man is able to rest at the end of the day and say that he did it, and say that it came out fantastic, that's all I really want. Warner Brothers Discovery didn't really give him that opportunity. They just kind of screwed him over at every possible angle. Same thing with Henry Cavill, you know, Batfleck and the whole Justice League situation, and just, yeah, it's absolutely absurd. So, yeah, to say I'm not a real DC fan is absurd, because I am going to say what I think would be better. Gunn's DCU is not going to help Warner Bros. Discovery financial situation. $50 billion in debt, by the way. Just wanted to let y'all know. And for y'all who are going to say, oh, well, Barbie's doing fantastic in the box office. That's easily going to figure. $50 billion in debt. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 50! It's not going to help them in the slightest. Gunn's DCU is not going to help them in the slightest. Now, I guarantee you, Man of Steel 2, which we got information on the other day in my I'm so done with Warner Bros. Discovery in DC video. Still am, by the way. Is that Brainiac was going to be the villain. Sasha Calle, Supergirl, was going to be in that film. We were supposed to get a Batman Beyond film with Michael Keaton. The Batman Beyond film is... I don't know 100% if it was going to happen, but it was, like, you know, obviously this guy was, just had an interview with, you know, someone who, had inside info on all these things. We were supposed to get a Batman Beyond film. We were, and it was already confirmed that we were supposed to get a Batfleck film a long time ago. Same thing with Man of Steel 2. It was rumored a lot as soon as, you know, Henry Cavill announced his return as Superman. You know, Mike DeLuca and everyone was working on it, man. They were working their butts off. We were supposed to get a Black Adam versus Superman movie. Not needed. But, you know. And, you know, we were gonna get Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3. Almost all of those movies probably would have been billion-dollar hits. I don't see anything from Gunn's DCU making $1 billion. I don't even see Superman Legacy making $1 billion. Because now everyone is freaked out that this movie will be too crowded with cameos. I saw a thing the other day that The Flash will be appearing in Superman Legacy, but it won't be Ezra Miller. It's a lie, How many cameos can you have in one movie? It's absurd. And it's unnecessary. Nothing from Gunn's DCU is going to make $1 billion. That's just my prediction. That's just my opinion. First of all, okay, who the heck are the Authority? Can someone tell me, without looking it up on Google, who the heck is the Authority? If Gunn thinks that is going to get the general audience interested, he's out of his mind. I had to look it up. And I'm sure a lot of people had to look it up too. Who the heck are the Authority? I knew a little bit about Booster Gold, but not that much. You know, obviously, the Themyscira series, a lot of people know about Wonder Woman and Themyscira. And, you know, Creature Commandos, the frig are that. And not once did we get a, anything about a Justice League movie. Now, supposedly, Gunn said that was only half the, DC slate. Don't even think it's going to get made in the first place. The strike is pushing everything back. Warner Bros. Discovery financial situation. The only DC movie I see, kind of succeeding... Superman Legacy is not going to make $1 billion, but it's going to make some money. Batman Brave and the Bold is going to make some money, but I don't think it's going to be $1 billion hit. Why? Because I think people are just starting to get tired of, like, too many Batman films. I'm not. I love Batman. And, you know, we also obviously have, golly, what is it called? Elseworld projects. You know, the Batman Part 2. That's probably gonna get $1 billion. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably gonna get $1 billion. But here's the stupid part about that, though. You have 2 Batman films coming out in the same year. You don't think that's gonna confuse the audience? Of course it's gonna freaking confuse the audience. Like, oh my lord. I can already imagine my dad asking me in the seat next to me. We just saw the other Batman. Who's this guy? It's going to be confusing for everyone. So again, I don't think that this new DC universe is going to work out. Gunn has left everyone just on the edge of their seats without really any answers. And like, I don't think really the only people who are going to be interested in this new DCU is like just people who absolutely love James Gunn and think he's like the best thing ever. He's a great filmmaker, but guys, I mean, I don't like to bring up Volume 2 because I personally like that movie, but a lot of people don't like that movie. You know, Gunn has some hit and misses in there. He's not like hit after hit after hit after hit. It's not like he's great, but he's not like fantastic, you know? Like, I saw clips of Peacemaker. I didn't really enjoy it. I saw clips of the Suicide Squad. Didn't really enjoy it. And it was from those clips that I decided, oh, yeah, I'm not gonna watch this movie. I freaking love the Guardians movies, man. I love Avengers Infinity War. For those who don't know, he produced Infinity War. I just don't see any of his new DC stuff really working out. And I guarantee you, if Creature Commandos, if that ever does get made, right, they're in the middle of recording, but they're in the middle of, you know, like, production, but again, all of that has been halted. If we ever do get to see Creature Commandos, and if it doesn't do well, and if Superman Legacy doesn't do well, I saw the lamest excuse the other day. Oh my goodness. It was like a DC executive, or like a Warner Brothers executive saying, or something along those lines, saying that if that Superman Legacy doesn't, you know, have to really succeed as long as it's a good movie. What the heck is that? You want these movies to succeed. Like, that just, it almost gives me, like, skeptical if he's, like, read the Legacy script, or has, like, someone has looked over it and someone told him, and he's like, and he's even skeptical if this is going to be successful. I'm wondering if that's the case. And if that's the case, then that gets me worried. And if they're already starting to make up excuses for Superman Legacy, who knows about these other projects? David Cornsweet is a very good casting of Superman. Rachel Brosnahan is a very good casting for Lois Lane. You know, Nathan Fillion, saw him more as a, you know, Hal Jordan, but I'll take it. Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, I'll take it. Igai Kathagi as Mr. Terrific. That's his name, right? Mr. Terrific. I'll have to go back and look it up. And, you know, just all these other guys. You know, Anthony Kerrigan as Metamorpho. I called him Metaphisto the other day. Don't know why. But yeah, if they don't bring the love and passion to these roles, and that movie doesn't succeed, I don't see Gunn in charge at DC for much longer. It's already being rumored. I already made a video on this the other day while I was back in the States. If y'all don't know, I'm in Costa Rica right now. That Peter Safran is being rumored to leave his position at DC Studios next year. And, you know, if that's the case, then I don't see Gunn in charge here anymore. And if Warner Bros. Discovery don't come up with some sort of plan, and let's be honest, any plan that they come up with probably won't work, they're going to end up getting sold off, and we're going to end up having to start this all over again. So they might as well correct the ship now, get Gunn and everyone out, and just continue on the path they were going. Now, for the thing I mentioned earlier that I forgot to mention, I'll put the thing right here. David Ayer is still out there promoting his, you know, obviously his unreleased cut of Suicide Squad, and saying that, you know, the cutting of Steppenwolf and the Parademons and everything like that was a huge loss. Honestly, that sounds like a great movie. Honestly. During the strike, Warner Bros. Discovery just needs to be putting stuff out there that's already completed. The Batfleck film script is already completed. Batfleck said it was one of the best Batman scripts ever, and some of the other people who read it said the same thing. And that movie was going to have Deathstroke in it. It's so cool. We released the Ayer cut. I don't know if Justice League 2 and 3 is done. But if it is, they should just go ahead and release that. The fact that we're having to start all over, right? We've been waiting so long for the Justice League. Oh my gosh. Justice League turned out to be an abomination. 2017, the Snyder Cut came out. It was fantastic. And then for them to just come out and say that they're rebooting everything without Justice League even having a completed trilogy is out of order and insane. They're wanting to compete with Marvel, yet they're just over here rebooting everything, while the Avengers over there already has their completed trilogy and is already on track to start their new one. Sorry, she came in again. But yeah, and you know, the Avengers are already on their way to completing a second trilogy. What the heck? What the heck? That's not competing with Marvel-esque mindset. It's really not. It's just them being lazy. They were like, oh, these films didn't really like. Even though Aquaman made $1 billion, everyone loved the first Wonder Woman. Everyone loved the Snyder Cut. Everyone, for whatever reason, loved The Flash. Don't know why. Personally didn't like it. A lot of other people didn't like it. And for them to just be like, hey, yo, listen, we gotta reboot everything, dude. Like, tell DeLuca to stop all his plans, because we're just gonna reboot everything. Go ahead and get James Gunn on the phone. Let's start negotiating. Let's give DC their own studio. Why wasn't this a thing in the first place? Why didn't DC have their own studio in the first place? When Man of Steel came out, That should have been a DC Studios related project. Why the frick was it only Warner Bros. Discovery handling these properties? Like, sure, they gave DC their credit, but not giving them their own studio is just absurd. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The fact this wasn't an idea in the first place. You know what I think it was? It was Warner Bros. Discovery. They'd be like, if they end up loving these films, that studio's gonna get all the credit. What about us? So they were just like, we're just gonna take everything for ourselves. We're gonna produce all these films. Not freaking DC Studios. No! We have the rights to all these characters. We're not gonna give them their own studio. The amount of stupidity that just came out of my mouth is insane. Why was DC Studios not a thing from the beginning? Why aren't we getting a completed trilogy of the Justice League? Why aren't we getting a Man of Steel 2? Why aren't they letting Zack Snyder finish his trilogy and his vision? Why isn't the Air Cut being released? Why is Aquaman 2 going through 3 rounds of reshoots? Why does James Gunn keep coming in and butchering everything? It's a freaking pattern. And people are still like, this new DCU is gonna be great. Like, as if they completely forgot how Warner Bros. Discovery has been screwing over these past few people. I saw something the other day that, like, some, like, DC fans were planning on, like, banding together and, like, suing Warner Bros. Discovery for, like, false advertising and all this other crap. And honestly, I would be so happy if they did. I'd be so happy. It'd make my day. It'd make my day. It would make my freaking day. Why? Because of all the reasons I just listed. So, again, James Gunn is a brilliant filmmaker. Just not really with DC for some reason. All of his, like, his questionable, very questionable up here when it comes to his decisions with DC. So, yeah. If you are going to give hope to, James Gunn, go ahead. Put your trust in him. Go to the theaters when Superman Legacy comes out. Go make an opinion for yourself on the movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think it was the best thing ever? Did you not think it was the best thing ever? Was it the worst thing ever? Was it the best thing ever? You do you, man. Or girl. Or woman. You do you. And you can have hope. I have hope. I'm hoping that this all works out. I'm hoping Superman Legacy is a great movie. I'm hoping that Blue Beetle is a great movie. I'm hoping, on my knees, begging for these few films to be good. It's not like I'm on the DC hate train. I'm on the DC, hold up, let's take a step back and actually think this through and look at what's been going on behind the scenes. Flash complications, Aquaman 2 complications, you know, Warner Bros. Discovery not paying their writers, Warner Bros. Discovery not letting Zack Snyder finish his stuff. There's just too much crap. And people are still trusting Warner Bros. Discovery and you know, everything. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's, to me, it's slightly delusional. It's like people have been going through a roller coaster of emotions and they're just like done. And they're like, I have to hope on this, because if it doesn't work, I'm gonna lose my mind. I've been losing my mind since Justice League, or Batman vs. Superman. Ultimate Edition was way better. Snyder Cut was way better. All the theatrical versions have been complete crap, and all the director cuts have been have been awesome. I was about to say complete crap for a second. I don't know why. Awesome. I saw a thing the other day. Who was it? Oh no. Hang on. 1 second. Taika Waititi. He came out and said that he kind of like took a shot at the Snyder Cut. It was like, you know, yeah, I find director cuts to be boring. I'm not going to watch a 4-hour cut of something, which is precisely how long the Snyder Cut is. I think they're just all crap. And then the Russos came in and started praising the Snyder Cut. They were like, what if the Russos had directed Justice League? And you know, they were like, I don't know. But go watch the Snyder Cut. That's the definitive cut. We love director cuts. That's awesome! That's fantastic! Why Taka has no clue on what he's talking about, which is probably why 11 Thunder was bad. Ragnarok was good, but then the quality dipped so much in 11 Thunder. I don't know what happened. I think he just needs a good team of writers surrounding him. I think that's what happened the last time. And you know, now that we know that these companies haven't been paying their writers that much, I think that's why we've been getting so many lackluster projects. Because the studios are just putting them out there and then just handing these writers money that isn't, like, they're not able to make a living off of. So, yeah, as soon as everything is resolved, I think we're going to be getting a lot better projects soon. Anyway, this has been a long video. I told you it was going to be a long one, because I just had to address that comment that was made, that I'm not a real DC fan. I am. I love the Arrowverse. I love the Batman. I love, the animated stuff. I love, you know, I love the Snyder Cut. I love, I just, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and peace. Real DC fan over here. That's just my thoughts on everything that's been happening recently with DC. Y'all can completely disagree. You know, that's your right to disagree. I'm not really going to care. But, you know, and I know that comes off as, like, passive-aggressive, but that's just me. I'm not really going to care. If you disagree, that's your opinion, that's fine. You know, you can bash me in the comments. I'm just gonna delete it instantly. I'm probably gonna reply to your comment, stating my reasons that I'm just gonna delete your comment, because that comment section down there is meant for positivity, to bring joy, to give your honest thoughts on things. But if you're gonna bash things for no reason, you're gone. You're gone. Give me a reason, I'll look at it. if you're just gonna say, oh, the Snyderverse is dead, Air Cut's never getting released, I'm gonna trust James Gunn just because you don't. You're gone. You're gone. So, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Comment down below what you guys thought on the video. And, yeah, I have a lot of editing to do. Secret Invasion, thoughts will be coming out soon. I'm just having technical difficulties with that video. And, yeah. I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care and peace, y'all. My thumb is, getting in the way. But, yikes.